Hello everyone, Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. This is our Kingdom Chocolates Milk Chocolate and Banana Chocolate Centre. Or Milk Chocolate Centre and Banana, how you want to say it. So basically, Kingdom Chocolate seems to be a subsidiary of Montezuma Chocolate, which is I think a bricks and mortar shop in Brighton, I think, you can order online, which is where I got these from. You can get them from Montezuma's website or direct from kingdomchocolate.co.uk. But I was very excited for this one because you rarely see banana and chocolate. Actually, it's quite, for some reason, I don't know why, banana is quite rare as a chocolate accompaniment. I think Cadbury last year, or the year before, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, did a banana chocolate one, but that's disappeared now, and it's a crime really, and it's kind of disappeared as they've streamlined with Milka really. They do, all their line now is basically the same as Milka's, and unfortunately ones like that have disappeared, which was a real shame. But yes, so this is the only one really out there, so I'm very much looking forward to this. So it's let's see, so basically it's a 100-gram bar, so 574 calories per bar, 39 grams of fat, 24 of which are saturates. And if you want a quarter of it, which is it's a 6x2 bar, so a quarter is 3 chunks, 25 grams, and that's 143 calories. Yes, obviously, it's just under 10 grams of fat, about 6 grams of which are saturates. So there we go. Right. So I'll do the old flourish test. So I think it's about 17.5 because I've reviewed the others before. They're all the same size really. 17.5 with the flourishes, and without, I think it's about 13.5. Yeah, 13. So you lose about 4 centimetres there. So quite nice packaging. It does have the banana colours. I guess bananas do have brown bits on them. Hopefully not too much, but yes. There we go. Not too bad. Right, so without further ado, let's have a look. Right, so I've reviewed some other Kingdom chocolates, and this one, I don't know if it's, I think this must be a remnant of where they filled it in. So you can see it's got like lots of circles there. I think that's probably where the centre's been filled in actually. I don't think there's any solid part in there. So you can see the bottom 2 chunks don't have it, or have a very small one. It's a bit different, but on the front it's just got the Kingdom, like a crown basically, the Kingdom logo. As you can see, a 6x2 bar. It's a bit of a warm day today, so it is melting a bit in my hands. I haven't measured the other ones in the review I did, but basically it should be around 13. Yeah, so it's just under 13, so just about 12.9. Sorry, just under 13.5, so about 13.5. 13.4, 13.5 centimetres, which is as expected really from the outside measurement. So let's have a look. Okay, so you can't really tell. It has got like a sort of chocolate, also a truffle centre I'd say really, but it's hard to see. I think you can kind of just see the chocolate on the side there, and it goes into sort of a bubbly centre, softer looking centre, and that's it really. So okay, let's give it a go. Well, it's definitely nice. As always with the Kingdom chocolates, it's very nice, very milky, very creamy. It's very soft and smooth. It's lovely. Yeah. I think the banana flavour's prominent enough this time. In the other reviews I've done, the insides weren't quite prominent enough, but perhaps this one it almost is. I think banana's a difficult flavour. Maybe that's why I don't see it very often, but yeah, I think I'll just give this a cut. Yeah, so I've done a diagonal cut and you really can't see the centre really, and it's not very overly prominent. Sometimes when you snap the bar it doesn't quite break and it will take it's not really worked, and it'll bring out it'll break at a weak point, which is where the truffle on the centre is and the chocolate sort of surrounds it, so you get like the lump of truffle showing. But unfortunately I can't. It's hard to show you really, and it is kind of chocolate coloured. So not too bad this one. I mean, just my problem with the other Kingdom bars was they just weren't strong enough, the flavours. This one's a bit stronger, but I'd say it's still subtle. And the predominant taste is still the softness of the truffle centre rather than the actual banana flavouring or whatever. It's not a bad banana flavour. I mean, you can tell it's kind of artificial. It's not. It's not like a sort of. It's not. You can tell it's a bit of an artificial taste. But it's a nice one all the same. It's not unpleasant. It's nice, but it's just a bit subtle again. So I think this might be my favourite one of the 3 bars. Might be, just because I think it's a bit more unique, and it is a bit stronger. But I think the problem with me is it's just a bit too. The flavour's really just the fact that it's like a creamy centre, which isn't too bad. I mean, if you like Lindor, chocolate ball things, you'd probably really like this even more than I do, I think, because it's kind of that kind of soft centre, but not quite as prominent. But that's kind of the centre you've got, where there's no real flavour there in the Lindors. It's just a big ball of smooth, creamy loveliness. It's a bit too sickly for me. There's too much of it. Whereas these ones, obviously, it's a bit more subtle, and that's kind of what you've got in a sense. You've got that kind of creamy taste, and there is a bit of a flavouring to it. So and perhaps if you're a massive Lindor fan, I think you'd be saying, "Well, wow, what's the problem?" You know what I mean? But I think it's just the fact that I don't know. It just doesn't quite. I don't know what it is really. It's just not quite there. I'd say there's a bit too much for me still. It's a bit too creamy still, and there's just not enough of the proper taste. So when I say cream, I mean the inside, the truffle section. It's just a bit too much for me, I think. I'd say, So I mean, as I say, if you love Lindor, Lindor Lints, whatever they're called, if you love those chocolate balls with a lovely centre in, I think you have no problem here. I think for me this is probably just still too much, bordering on a bit too much there with that centre. It's just a bit too rich and creamy for me, and it doesn't have enough of the flavour, for me either. So yeah, a bit disappointed, I'd say, really. But it does, as I say, have the banana taste, and it's reasonably prominent, but it's not prominent enough, I don't think. So I don't know. Not quite there. I think a 3.5 out of 5 for me. I think. Again, it's just not quite what I'm looking for. But I think I can see that other people might really like this chocolate. As I say, it is a lovely chocolate. I just think the banana side of it, and it is a prominent banana chocolate bar. It's what it's all about. I just think it's just not quite there. As I say, it's more towards just a plain Lindor ball with a mild flavouring of something. I mean, even the Lindors, which have, say, coffee or raspberry flavour, they're strong flavours, and you really get the flavour there, and they're really nice. Whereas this one, you're just not getting that strong flavour. So I think it's roughly, I think that kind of the gist of this kind of goes for the other 2 Kingdom bars as well. I think they all follow the same formula, the same recipe, the same amount in the middle. They're just all a bit subtle. I'm reviewing this last, basically. This is the last of the 3. So, obviously feel free to go watch them. But to cut a long story short, they've all got the same problem. They're all quite a bit too weak with the taste, and a bit too creamy. They're basically, as I say, they're just sort of Lindors with a mild flavouring. But for me, it's still a bit too much of that creamy centre for me. It's a bit too prominent. I kind of prefer the mini Lindor balls, which I say, you know, about that big, where the quantity is just right for me. But, you know, I'll say if you love those, I think you'd really like these, and perhaps that won't matter as much to you. So, but for me, myself, yeah, it's a bit, you know, yeah, it's just not quite for me. So, there we go. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that review. Take care, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, leave a comment or two, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.